everyone, this is Shivapriya Thaimaat and welcome back to our channel and today's episode of Raising Responsible Citizens. So today we have an important topic which have far-reaching consequences on our future generation, that is the impact of media violence in our children's behavior and development. So in today's technical age, our children are constantly exposed to media violence through televisions, movies and video games and through many other online platforms. So the studies have shown that they have alarming consequences and they affect the children's behaviors. That is, they shape their behavior, attitudes and beliefs in way which we cannot ignore. And one of those alarming consequences is desensitivity that the children feel to the horror of violence. As they are repeatedly exposed to the violence, they will feel numb or they won't feel any indifferences when they see any violence happening around them. And this will gradually lead to the dangerous disconnection between the fiction and reality. The line between the fiction and reality will gradually get blurred. So they will start to feel and think that what they see in the fiction is actually okay to be happening in the reality. So what happened is violence get trivialized and the gravity get diminished, and also it will influence their problem solving abilities. So they will start to think that using violence is a very acceptable normal method to solve their conflicts, and also this have been manifested in various ways such as bullying, group teasing or verbal aggression, physical injuries that happens in the schools or communities in our society. So the very next alarming concern is the potential for imitations, as our children have impressionable mind and tendency to imitate every little things that they see around their surrounding. They will start to imitate what they see in their favorite cartoon or what their favorite hero or their character do in that cartoon. It is a threatening fact and will have devastating consequences not only on themselves but also on the people around them. So now we will get into the psychological impact of media violence. So the very first one is desensitization of violence. As we talked earlier, children become less sensitive. That is, they mostly lack sensitivity towards the violence that they see, and they will lack empathy and compassion, which are very crucial traits for having healthy social interaction. And a desensitized child might witness a real life violence happening around them, and rather than feeling concerned and disturbed about that situation happening, they won't feel any indifferences and rather they will feel entertained. So for example, a child of age 8 or 10 who is constantly exposed to violent movies or cartoons, if one of his classmate or playmate is being bullied, he won't feel any indifferences. Rather than reporting it to their elders and helping his friend to come out of that situation, he will just feel that what's a big deal with that? It's just a bullying happening. So what happened in their later life is they won't feel any empathy and sympathy towards people's pain and suffering. So it will become very harder for them to have any kind of meaningful relationship, even with our siblings and parents. The next consequence is aggressive behavior and problem solving. Since they are constantly exposed to violent video games, movies and television channels, what happened is they will come to the view where they will see aggression as a very acceptable manner for problem solving. So they will try to imitate the aggressive behaviors that they saw in the media platforms, and they will use it on the other people. Even it is for a right situation, but using violence is still a wrong thing. And the next is anxiety and fear. Some children also will grow up very much anxious and scared about their situation and their surroundings. So some children will have overly fearful about what might happen. So they will be always in an alert behavior or a trait where they will feel that they are always in a dangerous situation, not only themselves but also their close one. What happened is that they won't have any focus in their schoolwork, or they won't be able to freely enjoy in their social activities that they are participating, and not even they will enjoy their childhood. For example, a girl child named Priya who recently watched a horror movie or a violent movie. So after watching this, she and her parents go for a night walk. So rather than enjoying that walk with her parents, she will be in an alert position where she have this constant fear of someone coming and kidnapping them or attacking them, or a dog coming and attacking them. So till the moment they come inside their house compound, she won't be in a relaxed state due to some actions or situations happened in their childhood which influenced and created that fear towards darkness. So the next consequences is imitation and behavioral changes. As we all know, young children are very much prone towards imitation. So they will try to imitate everything that is depicted by the character they admire in their favorite cartoons. And this will extend towards violent behavior if that action is portrayed as very good thing. For example, a boy child, he is 4-year-old, it doesn't matter. He will love that character and he will try to imitate the movements of karate that is depicted by that particular character, and after a point of time, he would love to practice in someone. So mostly the victim will be his younger sibling or his playmate or schoolmate. So they will create that fear inside their parents and their younger siblings and put their sibling at the risk of injury. Next, we will talk about parental guidance and real life strategies. The very first one is monitoring and limiting their media exposure. As parents, you should actively monitor your children's media consumption, which include about having a very clear and strict boundaries about what and how much they can watch. For example, you can have a family media plan of screen free times and age appropriate cartoons, how much time they should watch, and also you can use parental control setting to restrict them seeing violent media content and also ensuring that they are seeing age appropriate cartoons or any television shows, etc. The next is open communication and critical thinking. As parents, you should try to initiate open dialogue with your children about their media consumption, and also should ask them to critically think and analyze their cartoons and say the difference about the fiction and reality. So for example, after watching a movie, you can ask your child how differently you would have done in that particular situation and how you would have acted if you were in that place of that character. So this actually ensure that they know the difference between the fiction and reality, but also you are putting out scenarios and situations and you are actually teaching them how they should act in that particular situation even before them experiencing it in the real life. So the next is modeling non-violent behavior. So as parents, you can have a dialogue or conversation with your children about how they should act in situations in respectful and calmful manner and how they should use any form of violence, rather it can be verbal, physical or emotional. So next we will talk about mental health and concern of children who are vulnerable. So when we talk about vulnerable, there are children who are very much sensitive, will get emotional very easily. So these children are influenced very fastly compared with the normal children. Impact are much worse than the normal children, and also it's very difficult to bring back that behavior change. So as parents, you should always take the guidance of counselors or child psychologists and should have a very strict media plan for these children who get anxious aggression very easily. So you can have therapeutic interventions and use easy tricks that is said by the counselors to manage their anxiety and aggression. In conclusion, the impact of media violence in our children's behavior is a critical issue that demands immediate attention and collective action. As parents, guardians and educators, we should work together and protect our children from detrimental effect of media violence. Thank you for joining us today, and remember that it is our duty to provide an environment where they can value peace, compassion and they respect all around them, and also to nurture them as responsible citizens with wisdom and kindness. Once again, thank you for tuning into today's episode of Raising Responsible Citizens, and follow us for more insightful discussions.